This is a unique. Facebook is always changing their live events, so hopefully you guys are able to see this. Today we are going to talk about zinc. And with that, I want to make good afternoon. Oh my gosh, Facebook Live is being a little screwy today. So my name is Dr. Karen May, and I am the owner and the doctor here at Momentum Health Centers. And this is Empower Hour Live. We revived it from a couple years ago, and I truly enjoy doing this for multiple different reasons. One, for my patients and you who are watching, but also for myself. And today I am going to talk about zinc and other nutrients that are necessary to boost our immune system. But I'm going to give some broad concepts with this, and so you're going to have to take out of it what you can, and please consult with your physician if you need to. Each person's health is a little bit individual, so that's the reason why I'm trying to talk more in broad scopes with this. So I want to give a little update as to what is being shown on the front lines. A good friend of mine, she is a medical doctor in Battle Creek, and she was in the hospital this past week seeing COVID patients, but COVID patients in particular. Now, Battle Creek is not a hard-hit area compared to Detroit area, so keeping that in mind. But she also, what I love about her is, in addition to her traditional training, her name is Dr. Ramona Wallace, by the way. In addition to her training, she came to my side. I think it's the easiest way to say. She started to see food as medicine, and there was more besides just traditional medicine. And so she became a functional medicine doctor, I don't know how many years ago. So she has a unique lens where she can use the pharmacology side and the traditional medicine, but then also take a look. And she's also amazing in research, and has published multiple studies on childhood obesity and I mean, all of this type of stuff. And her heart is huge. Just huge for loving on people in underserved populations. So it's also in the practice where she works in, that's what she's doing, and training medical students. Busy lady. Anyways, we had a conversation yesterday and understanding where she was at in the front lines and what was she seeing. First and foremost, she said, very upfront and blank, two things. One is, if you are obese and you get COVID, you're going to really struggle and struggle to survive. And the second one is, if you're an IV drug user, you're going to struggle to survive. So hopefully the people in our population that are watching this are not IV drug users, but just understand that if you are, you're going to have an issue. The second thing she said is that if you're on an ACE inhibitor, that's a particular type of medication, that if you're on an ACE inhibitor, you're also going to struggle, because what happens is it causes more, the infection causes more inflammation in your heart, and you're more susceptible to a heart attack. And so that's some of the things she's seeing. But what she's also seeing is she is seeing vitamin C deficiencies, and she's seeing vitamin D deficiencies and zinc deficiencies and scurvy, which is a vitamin C. I mean, so she's seeing vitamin A, everything that is natural in the immune system needs. She is seeing that most of these people have a depletion in them. What's really difficult is traditional medicine doesn't do a bunch of testing to test vitamin levels, and it's difficult to test mineral levels with the way it is. So she's just crying out to people to eat real food. And I love that. And I love her heart for people. So I take away that, man, there are things that we can't control, genetic factors we can't control, but man, there's so much we can control. And what we put into our mouth is one of them. So today I want to talk about zinc. And like I said, we're going to cover it in a couple different ways. We're going to cover from food as medicine and how can you get it? What are the best sources? And there will be an infographic that comes out tomorrow that kind of does a small recap of what I'm talking about today. Then it's going to talk about supplements, and supplement and how you can supplement with it, and some of the downfalls to supplementing with zinc. And then we will try to give some recipes too, because I think it's important to know if we're going to use food as medicine. Of course, like I said, I have other doctor friends that hold me to toe. And so I have the research to back everything up that I'm saying. And I love this. I love going on a deep dive with people and to understand, because the research is out there on how these key vitamins and minerals really impact the immune system. And if we don't get these in, we're going to have issues. In overall health, and I have a really interesting one that I think you may want to test out for yourself and think back. So let's jump in to food as medicine. And we're going to cover some of the research. The first thing, one of the biggest signs that we have heard, especially with COVID, but if you've gotten sick or gotten a severe flu, like a virus or a bacterial infection that affected your upper respiratory tract, many people have a loss of smell. They can't smell. All of a sudden they think their taste and their smell, and those two things, just anatomy, physiology, go together within the brain and understanding. And so that's one of the things that people are really complaining of. And that can happen days before you even show symptoms of it. Do you know why? It's because one of the factors is zinc deficiency. And that's the reason why we're talking about zinc. So something as simple as being zinc deficient can cause some issues. So I want to pull up some research that I want to read because I found it very fascinating. This was done in 2016. It was a review. The consultant pharmacist is where it comes out of. It said, according to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, the third edition, 35 to 45% of adults 60 years of age and older had zinc intakes below the estimated average requirement. Zinc deficiency may lead to a loss of appetite, impaired immune function, weight loss, delayed healing of wounds, eye and skin lesions, and smell and taste disturbances. So everything, we just talked about smell and taste disturbances, impaired immune function. So now I want to dive a little deeper into that smell and taste disturbances. So we fast forward to the current clinical pharmacology journal, and this was in 2011. Now, mind you, there's research going back, I found into the 70s and early 80s talking about zinc deficiency way back then that supports all of this too. I just went for current stuff. And it says olfactory dysfunction, meaning smell dysfunction, and cognitive impairment, meaning in age-related neurodegeneration. What does that mean? It means smell dysfunction and cognitive impairment, brain function, in age-related, meaning getting older, neurodegeneration, meaning your brain is degenerating. So what they're saying is a decrease in the olfactory function with age has been attributed to a variety of factors, including normal anatomical and physical changes or physiological changes in age, surgery, trauma, environmental factors, medication, and diseases. So the olfactory impairment has been associated with the neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. Deficits in these chemical senses can not only reduce the pleasure and comfort from food, but represent risk factors for nutritional and immune deficiencies, as well as adherence to specific dietary regimes. So again, when you're having those issues, it shows up as risk factors for nutritional and immune. Now, I know I'm getting pretty deep into here in research, but this was kind of the crux of it that I really loved. It's called Zinc Signals and Immunity. It's the International Journal of Molecular Science, done in 2017. And really what it came up to is zinc deficiency as well as zinc excess result in severe disturbances of immune cell numbers and activities. And which can result in the increased susceptibility, means it makes you more of especially inflammatory diseases. We talk about neuropathy because that's what we work with, and that can be an inflammatory disease. But every chronic disease that is out there is inflammation is the basis of it. So now this is a phenomenal article if you want to geek out. It's long and it really goes into every aspect of the immune system and how zinc is important. So what I'm going to say is the summary. All immune cells are directly affected by zinc signals. Most prominent pathological changes are found during zinc deficiencies, indicating that zinc is a main regulator of cellular function and signal transduction. What does that mean? Zinc is important. Hi, Beth. Thanks for commenting. Zinc is a trace mineral. It's not we don't even need a ton of it. So, but like I said, I could have pulled out hundreds of different research articles on zinc and how it impairs the immune function and lots of other pieces too. But now I want to talk about that food as medicine side. What does it look like? And so I brought what we need and foods that are literally out of my own kitchen, that I have that you can eat and put together in order that have good sources of zinc. Now, research shows between 30 and 50 milligrams of zinc is what we're looking at for a day for health. Minimal just prevent like massive diseases is only like 10 milligrams, and it gives or give or take with males and females. But health, and again, we want to be healthy, is that 30 to 50. I have a plate here, and one of the first ones that I absolutely love, because we have a nut allergy family, so we can't have nuts in the house, but I love seeds. And so pumpkin seeds. Now, you notice it's not the ones that you scoop out of the pumpkin and then have all the white shell. This is the pepita. This is the inside of the shell. This is loaded with zinc. And so I think it has like 3 milligrams, something around there, give or take. Again, different sources say exactly what, but this one, a quarter cup has 2 to 3 milligrams of zinc. Well, if you need 30 to 50 a day and you spread this out throughout the day, you can get more, right? You can get zinc in. But what I love about food as medicine, there's not just zinc in here. There's other vitamins and minerals. And so when God put everything together, it's not just one thing. Like when we're taking a supplement, it's one thing. It's together. So please, perfect. My friend Danelle is on here and she's eating them now. Now, I had a great question after last week's Empower Hour about raw versus cooked vegetables and vitamin C content. Well, we're going to talk about that with the pumpkin seeds or the pepitas. I just got these at Meijer. You can get organic ones, but these ones I just got at Meijer in the seed and nut section, and they're raw. Doesn't mean there's no salt on them. They're not roasted. They're nothing. You can do that yourself. Perfect. Dwight, thanks for sharing that. Aldi's is awesome. I was just there yesterday in my 2-week shopping binge for my family. So thank you for putting that in there, Dwight. You can roast them. You can coat these with, I did this earlier this week with my family, just to add a topper to what we were eating. And you can coat them in a little bit of avocado oil and put whatever seasonings you want and roast them, but don't go over. The research is very clear. Don't go over 20 minutes. You will decrease the nutrient density if you go over 20 minutes. I just like crunchy, salty. Happened to be just before my period, so that's probably the part of the reason. But I went for pepitas that I roasted myself instead of junk food. So that's always a good possibility. Another one, sesame seeds. So, oops, sorry, you can't really see those because they're light. But sesame seeds, that's another one. Easy to sprinkle on top of dishes, putting into sauces that you're making. Great source of the zinc. Another one, and I was actually eating it earlier, hummus, garbanzo beans. Asparagus. So this was fresh asparagus that I got yesterday and cleaned and put into the refrigerator. And so before I started, I was snacking. And so I dipped it in there. Both have great sources of zinc. Some of the best sources, though, are actually, so those are more of the vegan vegetarian sources. And and the hummus, by the way, also has sesame in it, and the garbanzo beans. But some of the best sources actually come from animals. So if you're not opposed to eating animals, I pulled out of my freezer, so it's a little cold, but we do grass-fed ground beef. I particularly buy that from a local farmer here near my house in Charlotte. And so if you're I do grass-fed, grass-finished for a lot of reasons, and I'll do a whole nother webinar on that one, but Empower Hour. But I use Smith Family Farms. They're in Nashville, Michigan. What I love about them is you can buy by the cut. You don't have to buy by the cow. It's grass-fed and grass-finished, and they deliver over $75. They do a delivery once a month into the Detroit area, Jackson area, Lansing area. So they have lots of different areas that they do cover, and you can go out and into their farm too and pick it up. They're just awesome people. So I love to support local and local farmers. So that's one thing. In fact, they're on my list. I have to get more ground beef, and I prefer to get it locally than buy it in the store. If you don't have access, I have bought in the past from Aldi. They have a grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef that I've bought from there as well. I'm telling you, though, coming from putting from the farm is way different than buying it at my local grocery store. So, and what's nice about Smith's Family Farms is just mention that I referred you. You'll get a free pound of ground beef. They're really awesome about a referral program. They have also, I mean, chicken, but they're out of it right now because the chickens aren't ready to process. They have pork. Lamb is another great source. Pork is another great source. Chicken thighs are better than chicken breasts. So when you can get them from them, but just understand chicken thighs are really good too. Seafood is another thing. Oysters. I have to confess, I've only had oysters once, and I'm not. I like fish. I'm just picky about seafood, just because I don't think I know how to prepare it well at home. But seafood is another great source. So if you love to prepare seafood, quality is very important though too. So keep that in mind. But we just want you to understand you can do food sources. Almonds, again, when you put all of this together, one of my favorite salads, spinach has it too. We did a big spinach salad, and I put pears on there and beets, and shallots was another thing we had on there. I made a vinaigrette dressing that had Dijon mustard and a little bit of honey and some white wine vinegar, and mixed it all up with some fresh garlic. And we loaded it up with sesame seeds and pepitas. So almonds was what it called for, but because we have nut allergies, we use the other ones. So you can get creative, absolutely get creative in order to put this all together. So now what do you do when it's supplements? Supplements, there's a lot of different zinc products out there, and you don't need a ton of zinc to boost your immune system. And in fact, you can get zinc, too much zinc on occasion too, and that impairs copper and other mineral balances. So you just want to keep it simple. So supplementation. Again, you want no more than 30 to 50 milligrams a day. So when I'm recommending to people is try to get at least 25 grams out of food by just eating stuff, and then maybe take a supplement. So there's two different forms. And again, I have research to back this too. Zinc does not absorb easily. And if you have gut health issues, you have diarrhea, you have absorption issues, IBS, you're going to struggle to get supplemental zinc in, so it's better to get it in food with other enzymes. But there's two forms that I like the most. One is called zinc bisglycinate. And what does that mean? It's just a fancy form that it's been researched to know that it has better absorption than the other, like zinc oxide. And there's also zinc gluconate. I go for both. Zinc, the zinc bisglycinate, that one has a better absorption rate if you're just going to swallow it into your stomach. But zinc gluconate is what most of those zinc lozenges are, and they're about 5 milligrams. So I'm going to put a link. I love Fullscript. It's an online dispenser I have, but all of the zinc and vitamin C, and it's all sold out. So I'm using a company that I like called Designs for Health. And in fact, Jen's going to do a video in the next couple of weeks with all the products that I'm recommending from there and how to get to them. But this one is I think it's 25 or 30 milligrams per capsule. And it's inexpensive. It's not an expensive thing. And there's 90 or 100 capsules in there. So that's going to last you a good long while. So keep that in mind too. And the zinc lozenges, I was at Fresh Time yesterday as well. And they have lots of different zinc lozenges. There's Nature's Way. There's, I think Zand is another company that you can also get. And sucking on them and getting them underneath your tongue so that the blood flow is really good too. So sucking on 3 or 4 of those a day, that's going to get you 15, 20 milligrams of zinc in a day. So that's on top of eating. So that's just another really good way to do it. So recipes, I'm going to post a couple different recipes. I have used a website for a very long time, and a long time, because it's called worldshealthiestfoods.com. And you can type in a nutrient, you can type in a recipe. They just have whole foods, healthy cooking options. It's pretty simple. And I was on there this morning trying to find some good recipes because I add a little this and add a little that. So I don't measure. So I'm going to try to write some recipes down to post in here. But they had a cilantro pesto, and it had cilantro and parsley and scallions and garlic and cumin and some jalapenos if you want, water and pumpkin seeds. And you make a pesto out of that with lemon juice and olive oil. So it's super cool. And another one that I'm going to post too, that sweet potatoes is another one of my favorites. But this one actually is breakfast. A lot of my patients struggle with breakfast. So this one is eggs and spinach and mushrooms and garlic. And I actually, with this one, you can up your zinc by adding some of the pumpkin seeds afterwards. So to recap, if you're having issues with smell, and not having good sense of smell, it's an indicator of low zinc deficiency, and it can also be an indicator of other neurodegenerative issues coming down the road, such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It's just an indicator. It doesn't mean you're going to get it, but it's an indicator. So we got to get zinc up to make certain that we are protecting those parts of our brain, but also our immune system, like the research says. It's used in every single part of our immune system. That will help us if we do happen to get a virus of any type, and including COVID, to help our body to process through it, because your body will burn through those antioxidants as soon as you get sick, trying to increase your immune system. So we got to get that up. And so the other thing is food. Use food as medicine. I don't want everyone to get everything through supplements, but the way I look at it is we can't get everything through our food now too. So we need to use supplements to fill in the gaps of where our nutrition is. I don't ever want you taking a bazillion amounts of supplements. It's not going to get you healthy. We need food as medicine. So like I said, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, asparagus, garbanzo beans, beef, oysters, other types of seafoods, all really, really good. And I'll post those recipes here coming up shortly too. So thank you so much for joining us. We do have another seminar coming up, and that is actually on Tuesday, May 28th at 5:55 p.m. May 28th, excuse me, April 28th. Check out our Facebook events page for more information, and you can sign up. My heart is truly to educate and empower people, hence why Empower Hour. But I want to make certain that you have actionable steps in order to move forward. And actually, my great aunt is on here. Thank you for joining us, Mary Margaret. And she started the zinc 30 milligrams and C when this all started. So she was excited to have more information on some of the seeds. So if you have any questions, I'm going to wrap it up. This one went a little long because I had a lot of research behind it. But if you have any questions, I'd love to take just a minute or so to answer some, or any comments. I will be talking about vitamin A and vitamin D over the next couple weeks, since we're not going anywhere. And I'm going to do these on Saturday at noon until we're lifted and we can travel to see some family, but we'll keep you posted as to when we move it. But my goal is to put this. So if you have recommendations of anything you want me to talk about, I would love to put those in the comments too. We take those recommendations. So is anyone else on there that I know, see, or would love to place a comment? I would love to hear it too. Dwight, who do we say referred us? If you say Dr. May, you say Momentum Health Centers, it's where I buy my meat, but you say Karen May, they absolutely know. I've bought my meat from them for years. So yes, please do. They're just phenomenal. So, and it's thesmithfamilyfarm.net. So I will put that in the comments too, Dwight, so you have it. And you literally can order online. Their phone number is there that you can call, and you pay online, or you can give them a check. They're pretty flexible with that, but they're fabulous. So thesmithfamilyfarm.net. They do not have a Facebook page. They got out of that for their own reasons. So you just have to go to their webpage. Cutest little farm too. I love going out there on this dirt road, and very idyllic. And they're just great people. Any other questions that I can answer? I don't think I'm seeing any. So we're at the 24-minute mark. My goal was to stop at 15 minutes, but I was excited about this one. So thank you for joining us today. Eat your food. Food is medicine. That's how we can eat all of our nutrients, so that way we can have a healthy, functioning immune system. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and make certain you get outside. Thanks. Bye-bye.